Hey guys, this is Farmlandia 99. I was gonna do a little video on our livestock guardian dogs. This is Angel. She's our female. I just put a little bit of swat on her because the biting flies have been messing with her ears a little bit. There's Romeo, one of her goats. Hey buddy. Anyway, so I want to do a little video on them, talking about, this is their den. Talking about the uses of a livestock guardian dog and how important it can be for anybody who raises livestock. Angel here is actually pregnant. I don't know if you can see that on her teats. They're starting to bag up a bit, and now she's not a white dog, she's a brown dog. You dork. Anyway, so a lot of times when people have puppies, I usually disagree with the idea of irresponsible breeding and breeding of dogs in general, like show dogs or, anything like that, just because there's so many dogs in the world. There's so many, puppies without homes. You go to the pound and you just see hundreds of dogs. That's our male right there. His name's Buddy. You just see hundreds of dogs in the pound, and it's like, why breed when you have that, that many dogs around? So the whole reason we breed, the whole reason we're having this one litter. This is gonna be Angel's first and last litter, and you look like a mess. What are you doing? This is gonna be Angel's first and last litter, because we need more guardian dogs because our herd is steadily growing, and 2 dogs can't really take care of the amount of stock we have. It's not so much the amount of stock, I guess. It's more that we have so many pens of livestock, different species, different pens, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the main reason we need more dogs. Angel here is half she's half Akbash and half Pyrenees. And Buddy is half, I think he's about to pee. Buddy's half Pyrenees and Anatolian. Those are all great guardian dog breeds. I'm really excited to see how the puppies turn out. She's due in about, I think, 2 weeks. I'll have to check the calendar on that. But yeah, we're excited to see the pups. But I want to talk a little bit about, as far as puppies are concerned, some people, they can adopt a dog. They can, because there's rescues for livestock guardian dogs all over the U.S. But the issue is for us, if we were going to, because I think the closest one, man, I can't remember it, but it's as far as I know, it's in a different state. The closest one to us is too far away. And so the issue we find is, if we want to get a livestock guardian dog, another one that's not, from a breeder or anything like that, we have to go out of state and get one. The issue with that is every dog is raised differently. These dogs are specifically for goats. Their puppies will be trained for different things. Some of them will be for poultry, some will be for goats, some might be even just for the sheep. It really depends. Right now, I don't know if I've mentioned it in other videos, but we're moving to a larger property, so there's going to be more animals, more pens, more space that's going to be needed, that needs to be occupied. So yeah, we could go to a different state, get a dog, bring it here, find out that maybe we want it for the chickens. We find out that it was trained for goats and never for chickens. So it goes in there and kills all our chickens. Well, if it's in a different state, we need to bring it back. So we bring it back, we get a different dog. The whole cycle just keeps going. On top of that, if you ever want to put an adult dog with an adult dog, trust me, when I put Angel and Buddy together, they wanted to kill each other, okay? So, it takes time to integrate them in the first place. And second off, sometimes, especially with male dogs that are uncastrated, will never get along. So to go through all that hassle and all the driving and all the shipping and all that other good stuff to bring a dog home, that may or may not be compatible with ours and our animals, is it really worth it? Well, it really depends on the person. I'm not saying don't go to a shelter and don't get a livestock guardian dog. I'm not saying that at all, because there are plenty of great shelters out there, and there's plenty of people out there that have the right circumstances to get a dog like that. We are just not the specific home right now to be able to do that. So yeah, Angel's going to have a litter of puppies. We don't know yet how many. That'll be determined later how many she's gonna have. Really excited though. Sorry if the camera's moving a lot. Really excited to see how many she's gonna have and what they look like. Angel's a little brown right now, but generally speaking, she's completely white. Buddy is part Anatolian, which are not completely white dogs usually. They usually have a bit of brown on them, so hoping to see some browns. That'd be awesome in the pups. Even if they looked like Angel right now, that'd be kind of sweet. Here he is. He's checking on his girl. They really are a cute little couple. But as soon as Angel has her pups, and we've established how many we're keeping and everything, because we plan on keeping most of the litter, depending on how many she has as well. But as soon as the litter's born, both dogs will be fixed, and eventually the puppies will be too. So the idea is not to keep breeding, and it's not to be irresponsible. This was a planned breeding, and it was, because I know plenty of people who have an unfixed female. She gets out. She breeds to somebody else's unfixed dog, and then all of a sudden, they got these mixed puppies, and they just need to get rid of them. Well, I'm tired of seeing that. Okay, this was a planned breeding, like I said, and we actually have a reason for it. We need these puppies for a specific purpose. Now, we've already established a few homes if need be. There's already been several people that have said, "Oh yeah, I'll take one if you have it." So it really depends on how many she has. I really don't know. Giant breed dogs like this usually do have quite a few. I think Angel's from a litter of, I don't remember if it's 8 or 13. I don't know why I know those two numbers, but it's one of those two numbers. When we picked her up, there was only a few pups left. Several had been sold already. So I want to say it's 8, but that's a decent sized litter, and so is 13. So it really wouldn't surprise me either way. These dogs have a lot of pups usually. So we already have a whelping box for her, so we're ready for her when she's ready. Right now we're just kind of playing the waiting game, and she's getting big. She's getting fed more so that she gains a little bit more weight for the puppies. Angel's a very finicky eater. We've tried so many different things to try and get her to eat. Same thing with Buddy. We've tried raw feeding. We've tried wet food feeding. We've tried dry, kibble, just the normal stuff. We've tried all kinds of additives. Recently we started adding sweet potatoes as a fattener, and we used to do raw eggs, and they ate those fine, but now we do cooked eggs, and they seem to like those better. So yeah, these dogs have a pretty good diet. Angel actually has gotten fatter lately, and that's not just from the pregnancy. She's been gaining weight steadily, so that's great. It's great to see, because I really don't want this dog to be too thin when she's nursing a bunch of puppies. So she's panting a lot right now because it's quite hot. Yeah, it's been hot all day. You can see Buddy back there. He's just kind of chilling. He's been digging her a den, which I thought was really sweet. Just kind of making her own little house. Perfect for, well, she's not going to have her puppies in there, but it's a sweet thought, I guess. She's probably going to have them in the barn. If not in the barn, maybe the house, and if not that, we thought about turning this shelter up here into something. This shelter was nice at one point, but now it's completely destroyed because we have a buck in there. And if anybody knows how bucks are, they destroy everything. So the fencing's all destroyed and everything, but at least it keeps them dry during the winter, so that's a plus, I suppose. Anyway, so I just thought I'd make a short little video on that. Somebody requested that I do a video on, boy, look at this. You're filling up, Mama. Look at you. She doesn't like the swat I put on her ears, I guess. Yeah, big girl, huh? There's Mr. Destructive. Anyway, yeah, I had somebody make a request to do a video on sheep sharing. I'll do that eventually. Currently just waiting to get it done. There's no hurry. She really doesn't have a whole lot of wool on her right now. I don't know if I mentioned that actually. I got a wool lamb. Somebody was getting rid of it, so I just decided to get it and add it to our little herd. We're supposed to be getting 3 to 5 ewes in the next couple days, or possibly even tonight. I'll probably do a video on that too. That'd be great. So our sheep herd's expanding. Our goat herd has been expanding. And, you know, hopefully soon our livestock guardian dog population will expand. So, Angel's, you know, she's slowly getting more and more miserable, as a lot of moms do nearing the end of their pregnancy. So, I'm just hoping she's going to be perfectly fine. We'll be here, you know, the whole time, making sure she's all right. There's Oliver. He's going to go mess with that SWAT. But we'll be here. We'll make sure that she's safe and that she's, you know, got everything she needs. I've personally never had, you know, a litter of puppies born on our property, so this will be new for me too. We've had so many other species give birth, so I'm not too worried about it. I've done a ton of research trying to make sure that we do everything by the book, make sure she's healthy. You know, it's all important stuff. Trying to get her in mint condition. Anyway, there she is with her boy. Buddy's been acting really funny lately. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before. Buddy was untouched for the first 8 months of his life, so he's actually not really great with people. In the last couple days, he's been avoiding me even, which is really weird because he used to just come to me. Hey, buddy. Angel's kind of his security blanket. Come here, bud. So a lot of the times, if she does something, he'll do it too, which is sometimes a good and a bad thing, depending on what it is. When it's escaping, oh yeah, Angel will help him out. But when it's something like eating or, you know, coming to me, those are the kind of things I'd like him to follow her on. So anyway, he's kind of doing a lap. But I've noticed the guardian job itself has been largely taken up by Buddy lately. Because Angel, you know, she's been doing a lot of laying down because she's tired, obviously, and getting heavy. So Buddy's been doing a lot of the barking, a lot of the keeping the animals off. But anyway, at one point I was going to, I don't know if I've ever said this before. At one point we were going to get guard llamas or guard donkey of some sort, you know, because we've heard that, sorry about that, that those were good ways of predator control, or good methods, I guess. But we talked to a fish and game, or ex-fish and game warden, our neighbor, and he said that when he was on, you know, when he did his job, he used to go out to many people's properties to establish, you know, what had killed a certain animal, and a lot of times he'd go out there and he'd figure out that somebody's llama or somebody's donkey had been killed by a lion. So, and we'd always known that you know, livestock guardian dogs were more effective because a llama and a donkey, they just can't see in the dark as well as a dog can. A dog is more built for this. So, you know, the dogs just do a much better job, and I feel safer at night knowing all my animals are protected by these guys. So, Angel and Buddy make a great pair. I'd love to see their puppies make just, you know, awesome little partners as well. We're thinking about keeping 4. That will double our entire dog population, but it really depends on how many she has. If she had exactly 4, I'd be really happy. But, you know, it just kind of depends. You know, some people, that's another thing. Some people have said, you know, during the wintertime, oh, bring your dogs inside when, you know, it gets cold outside because, you know, they'll freeze to death and whatnot. Well, that's true. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Take your dogs inside when it's cold. But if you have a livestock guardian dog, leave them outside. And, you know, I'm a member of a livestock guardian page on Facebook, and people send in pictures all the time. Blizzard, you know, raging snowstorms, and the dogs are sleeping out in the snow. You know, one picture, there was a nice warm barn with a heat lamp going on, and the dog was outside the barn in the snow. Or I remember one lady, she posted a picture, and it was her dog was asleep up on top of the water trough that had frozen over. So she was sleeping on a giant slab of ice all night. And you know, it's because these guys have such a thick coat. You can just kind of see it on Angel there. They got a thick coat. You know, these guys are built for this. They were bred to be outside. LGDs, livestock guardian dogs, they've been bred for thousands of years to do this job. And they do it well. I think dogs as a whole have been domesticated for 20,000 years, and then at some point, you know, cats, and after that, livestock. Well, you know, shepherds didn't want to stay out with their herds every single day, you know, and every single night necessarily. So that's why they ended up training these dogs to do their job. And sometimes the issue you face is when you get a livestock guardian dog, it won't do its job right. And the reason for that is it's kind of sad, but back in the day, livestock guardian dogs were bred, and if the dog didn't do its job well, it was eaten, so its genes were removed. And the reason for that was because back in the day, you couldn't afford to feed a large dog as a pet, so they couldn't just give it to somebody else as a pet. It had to, you know, serve its purpose, and in that case, it would have been getting eaten. So, as unfortunate as that is, it really helped the livestock guardian dogs become a breed, you know, a really good working force. So, what you see is, you know, those traits of dogs that aren't good livestock guardian dogs are getting intermingled because of their breed, not because of their traits. So, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad dogs out there not doing what they're supposed to. Luckily, you know, neither Buddy nor Angel are pedigreed, papered, none of that. You know, if you want a dog that is more guaranteed to do the job right, that is probably the best option. But for us, you know, it just made more sense for us to go to a breeder, to meet the parents, to see what the parents were doing right and wrong, and then to make our decision on that. Buddy personally didn't know anything because he was a rescue. We went and got him from a lady who had to get rid of him, but he was a working dog, so I thought, okay, you know, he already knows what he's doing, why don't we just take him and it'll be fine. And it was fine. Never complained about Buddy. Angel, on the other hand, was a little bit of a difficulty at first, because generally if you get livestock guardian dogs, you should get an adult first. If you can, get an adult first and then a puppy, because the adult will train the puppy. Angel didn't have any sort of training from an older dog. She was trained, you know, by herself basically. She was self-taught, so she's a great dog now. She she was very immature for a very long time, but eventually she just kind of mellowed out. So that was great. Really happy to see that, to see her bloom into a good working dog and not play with the stock so much. Playing's fine, but it gets rough, you know, and that was another big reason we ended up getting Buddy, is because she needed a dog to play with, and it, you know, it was getting too much for her goats. So anyway, really excited to see how the pups turn out. They will be bonded with the stock from a very early age, and you know, it'll be nice to see what they look like. I'll do so many videos on them, I'm sure. Update videos and all kinds of stuff. So really excited to see that happening. Excited, you know, for the due date. I might even do a video of her giving birth. Who knows? Depending on if I get the, you know, the camera rolling at that right time. So anyway, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna sign off for now. But there's Angel. She's gonna say one last goodbye. Angel, you gonna say goodbye? Dirty dog. Anyway, and then there's Buddy back there. And then Romeo up there. Anyway. Alright guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Bye.